What's up, boys? We're back with some more of the God of Weapons Eternal Nightmares DLC. There's currently a Steam gift card challenge going on in the Discord. The 3 people who reach the highest wave in the Infinite Dungeon will each get a $100 gift card. You have to use either the Treasure Hunter, the Plague Doctor, or the Necromancer for that, I believe. And Necro sounds cool to me, so let's do that. We can get infinite scaling summon power for every 20 enemies that die inside the aura. Start with an extra crown skull. Over here, I guess this one is the only one that has a summon based effect. And then we want this one for extra summon quantity based on magic power. You have to be on difficulty 5. And then I think you may as well go to this area so you get gems as well. So I think we want the ghouls as a little bit of life-stealing utility. We don't want to heavily focus them, so I'm probably just going to do like one on each of those and then a little bit extra here. May as well spend a bunch of Titanite if you're going as deep as possible. And then for more utility, I wanted the taunting guys who also give magic power to nearby magic power items. So we'll do similar for that. And then the item that I wanted to focus is the Banshee thing. They're a ranged AoE attacker, and the AoE actually goes up massively based on the amount of magic power you have. I think it's like 25% at red rarity, so we're going to dump a ton of Titanite into this and just absolutely focus these. Oh, there's a maximum amount you can have on that. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, so we'll do something like that. I guess we'll go quantity more than that. Duration is probably the weakest stat. We can probably drop that down to 1. Okay, so you can max out the bar down there, I guess. I guess that's probably pretty good. And then we'll probably just leave those. They aren't a huge deal. Just using those for a bit of utility. So we'll just start off with a wand, which will occasionally summon skeletons, and then the rune skull will also summon them. Then we'll hopefully find some of the other things pretty early on. The Banshees only appear at tier 2, so it might take a while to find some of those. We also need to be close to them for the permanent summon power increase. So we did get... no, that's a miasma canister. Let's banish a bunch of stuff that we won't be using. I probably will want one of these later on to add the burning effect, scaling with summon power to a bunch of stuff. Another crown skull if I want one of those. Looks like we need 3 to upgrade the rarity on those. Will probably help in the early game. Then there's our third one to combine them. Another one if I want that. I guess that's fine. But I think we can find the parasite thing already, right? Yeah, there we go. So we'll need 2 of those to upgrade the rarity on those. And then later on, the plus magic power for adjacent magic power items will be pretty nice for the build, I think. I don't think we really need those. Another parasite, so we could actually combine those as well. And then I'm actually going to stack some floor duration early on, probably sell that later, but it'll help a lot with stacking up in the early game for the aura effects. Another parasite. We could lock that. It's not that hard to upgrade them. Those guys move around slowly, they taunt nearby enemies, and then when they die, they summon a plague cloud, which increases damage that enemies take, and probably deals damage as well. I think it's on a weapon-by-weapon basis for that. But I know the main thing is it increases damage taken. think you can check it over here. So Plague is 10% of each of the powers, and 50% of the stacks spread to nearby enemies. 50 stacks maximum. So it doesn't increase damage taken. Okay, it's just a poison effect. What was I thinking of? Was it shock for crit damage maybe? Yeah, I guess so. So it just does plain damage then. So we'll grab that, try to combine them. There's another. And then we'll probably keep those both at blue. Can I move that in a way that could hit both of them? Won't hit the wands, but I guess that's the least important summon here anyways. Another one if I want that. It's not that hard to combine them, so I guess that's fine. So summons can apply burn. I'm not sure which is better of those. If it works on the plague cloud they leave behind, that actually could be pretty interesting. Why the Banshee running around? Just yell at them, bro. So we can grab that and then look for some more to combine. Barrels I like getting early on. I'll do it like that just in case I want to keep all of those, although that makes it kind of hard to do the barrels. So maybe not. I'll probably end up combining those anyways. And I guess I should go ahead and do that so that we have enough money since that's kind of expensive. Does that make it any easier to fit them in? We could probably fit in 2 there if I find them. Another one of those, we can make a blue. I do like shields for some extra survivability. I haven't really noticed any burn stacks, so that might not even work at all. Our first Banshee will definitely want that, and they don't take up too much space either. Another of those that can get us another rarity on that. We can actually go to red, although I don't have the money to combine all that, do I? In fact, I can't even combine that one now. Can we fit all these in at least so I don't have to sell one of them? I guess we'll have to do it like... I'm sure there's a way to do this somehow. I could just get rid of that thing to make it easier. There's probably a way to do this, but I'm just not that good at organizing inventory. So I think we're just going to get rid of this to make it easier then. Does that give me enough to combine them now? At least one of them. More duration. And we'll take another shield just in case. 2 gold off. Probably not going to save it then. We'll have everything touching the thing in the middle for extra quantity. Oh, I forgot to swap the gem out. We can probably toss that onto the Banshee for big AoE burns. Kind of hard for me to destroy barrels now without the wand, though. Yeah, ideally I would have planned that better and saved that for a bit longer. But, oh well. Big XP, a little bit of magic power. That'll probably be decent. Magic power. Oh, right. So we can put those next to the parasites for a bonus to magic power. 3 each at purple. I guess we'll probably go ahead and combine those up to reds. 121. Kind of expensive. But +5 magic power for any items that scale with that is kind of nice. So that's +7. It's not bad. Guess we could do that. Another parasite if I want to start a second set of those. We probably will just to get a ton of magic power at some point. So I may as well fit that in. Then swap our gem over to the Banshee and see how that does. It's so hard to destroy the barrels right now. Okay, they didn't have anything anyways. More duration for the early game. How are we doing on that? 147. Not a ton. I need to stay a bit closer to them, I suppose. So you got a purple ghoul. That'll give us some healing in combat. If I keep it away from that, it'll be easier to get the magic power on that thing. But I do want it to touch that. Whatever, we'll just do that for now. So, if we had kept the wand, I could use that on it, but it doesn't work on pure summoning items, only the hybrid ones are regular weapons, so we don't really need those for the build here, I think. Melee power, probably not. Blue skull if I wanted that. Those are 3 each. We won't really need them in the late game, kind of just to help me get through the early game, I think. And if we get a few more Banshees, I'm probably fine anyways. big resource gain, and I don't think range actually applies to any of the summons. So those are 15 and 45. 15 and 45. So there are ways to increase the summon's range with gems, but it seems like your personal stat doesn't work on them. I'm not sure if that works on the aura. If it does, that's actually kind of bad. Another white, we can do that. More duration for farming. And then I think that's fine for now. Now we'll have a little bit of in-combat healing with the ghouls leeching to me. Can grab that for some permanent stats. Have to fight an elite on the next level. Projectile power +4. I guess a full Soul Taker build might be interesting as well. That would give you extra summon power. But it scales with melee power, so not for this build, I think. Another of those, pretty easy to combine them. And another one. I actually kind of like the extra enemy amount to potentially farm that up more. We could fit another magic power onto that. So 28 on that. Another of those, and a purple Banshee. Ooh, this is a very good shop. Kind of awkward to fit that in. And then that is a gain overall, although we only really use one of those stats, so we'll save that. Do I want a blue ghoul? Probably takes 3 to combine those, yeah. I think we'll probably wait on that. We just want a couple of those eventually for the lifesteal. Let's see, quantity for every 10 enemies, so that can have up to 20 instances for 40% bonus. We only have 1 slot on the Banshees. Huh, I wonder if it would work on that. The summon cooldown is fairly low. I guess we could try it, since that's my only red for now. Oh, I guess we should move that to the purple Banshee. It's basically a build your own like dungeon run comp. I've got the corpses to tank for me, the Banshees for the AoE DPS, and then the ghouls for the healing. Looks like the big guys are blocking the projectiles from them as well. That's actually really nice. eventually will sell the floor duration items, but I just want to stack up a bunch of early summon power to make the tough points in the early game a bit easier. And I guess we'll replace them with plus enemy amount so I can keep farming at a decent pace. So we have a white one of those. If we can get one more, that will bring me up to another red, I think. I'll move that for now to make it easier to fit in. Hopefully move it back later. We lost magic power, I think, so that's the one bad roll there. More barrels, I would like to have that. Oops. Magic power would be good, but kind of annoying to fit everything in at some points. Really just need to get another basic one of those, or any rarity works really. There we go. Although this is going to be very expensive since the combination seems to be a lot of golds. And I think we'll just stick with 2 of those for now to buff up the magic power. We might get a few more later on if I really get a lot of magic power items. That won't really do anything for me currently. We might look for one of those later on if I get my movement speed very low. Bunch of blue ghouls. I guess we can grab the magic power stuff for now. Oh, I could actually potentially have like a little area in between 2 of those for Giga magic power. So I'd want it like that. Although it's kind of hard to have that set up and have them both touching that. So I guess we'll just have it like this to maximize magic power. So 13 and 12 magic power on those, pretty nice. Then we can fit a bit more that are touching just 1. Vitality, lifesteal, nah. We'll have a ton of floor duration for farming. I'm not sure if your lifesteal stat affects the ghouls since they have some. I know it doesn't affect most summons since they don't even have a lifesteal stat. I'll probably test with something else other than that since that sets you to 1 HP. Bunch of purples, that's not terrible. We probably could fit it in, but it's also not amazing and I don't really feel like fitting it in. Summon units take reduced damage is not that great. Could probably toss that onto, I guess, the Taunters. Although you kind of want them to die for the Plague Cloud. But I guess they can stay around and taunt for a bit longer. So the range isn't super useful for us, but this actually combines with another red item that gives you permanent bonuses for killing elites. It will make the game harder for now for no bonus, but I think I'll take it for the combo. It's pretty cheap. And I guess with that much of a range increase, we can probably see if that affects my aura or not. And we'll definitely want some extra survivability to go with that. Purple Banshee, we need 2 of the, or 3 of those, right? Yeah. But we will definitely take that. I can probably move the Ghoul Bone and have those over there for now. Summon Power. I feel like Necromancer needs this the least because they already have permanent scaling summon power. And I feel like Vitality is more of an issue than summon power for Necromancer. So I think I'm actually going to skip those for this specific builds. Oh yeah, I wanted to see if Lifesteal worked on those. Where's the ghoul? So they have 100%. And 104%. Okay. So percentage lifesteal should work on those specifically then. But I'm not going to keep that. I was just testing with that one since it's cheap. Ooh, a blue shield. I would like that for survivability. Let's have those like that. So they're in a decent shape. Then we can put that over there. Red Bone Golem actually would be kind of nice right now, but I don't think we're going to have those in the end game, so I don't think so. Another big XP magic power thing. It does have a bit of magic power. It's not terrible. I don't think it's amazing though. I might buy it later on when I have room for it. Can use a potion at least. Guess there will be a bunch of elites here. Big attack speed. I guess the lifesteal penalty on that would apply to the ghoul, but I think I still want that. Some units gain vitality, range, attack speeds. Banshees have a range of 45. These guys do not have a range stat, so it probably doesn't work on them. I guess I'll try it on the Banshees and see if they have like super long range. 15% attack speed. It's probably fine on anything other than the corpses. The burn doesn't seem that impressive. Summon Vitality is probably one of the weaker stats. Big overlap with the Banshee cones does make it very hard to see over there, though. I still kind of have issues destroying the barrels until we get like faster attacking summons or something. Oh, we need to finish that beholder looking guy. They have some nasty ranged attacks. Get some damage in while we have the immortality. And we'll probably try and stay away so we don't get hit by anything. Okay, I think we got both of those. We can try to go for the summon platform here. Don't know if we'll have time to kill them now though. got one of them at least. Not quite the other one, it looks like. So let's see if that removes some of their lifesteal. Where's the ghoul? 100%. Yep, as we expected. Down to 95. I do like shackles for the huge enemy amount, so we can farm up more on the aura. You can get some decent survivability with the armor, plus the minus movement speed if you get the hourglass thing that gives you dodge based on that. I'm not sure we'll really have any way to scale up recovery a bunch here, so we'll wait on that. Ooh, we can upgrade a Banshee up to red. So we can have up to 4 of those, close to 5. Pretty long duration. 40% summon power and magic. 25% area for each 10 magic power. Oh yeah. That's over 100% already. We have a purple Banshee there, a red Parasite straight away. I do kind of want both of those. I doubt we really have the room for it unless I sell a bunch of those already. I probably could do some of them. Could we like fit a Parasite over here to hit some of those as well? So now that blue amulet gives 18 magic power, 13 there. We'd need 2 more spaces for another Banshee. And I don't think we need all of these anymore. I should have it on the blue spot so that it gets more quantity over there. I wouldn't mind some early skulls, but I guess they're not super necessary. Probably won't be that hard to max out everything on a super long run anyways. More barrels are kind of cool, but Ooh, there's the elite combo for the observer. So that'll give us permanent stacking damage and armor for every elite we kill. How do I fit that in here? I guess we could get rid of 4 more of those. Although it'd be kind of hard to fit them in with that. The easiest would probably be getting rid of those, but I kind of like the early barrels. What if we sell one of those and one of those? I should be able to do something with that. So if we move that over here, and then we can sell one of those, and I think that's fine. Purple Banshee, we could actually combine that now as well. I kind of like always having a purple in case you find arcane anvils though, so you can straight upgrade them. That seems to be the best way to get a ton of reds if you're trying to stack one type. Wings are not bad, decent dodge and crits. Those have range and enemy amounts. I guess we can grab that for now. And I honestly didn't pay attention to my aura there, but 50 range should definitely be noticeable, right? There's a purple ghoul. We could probably save that. Alright, I think 50 range would be noticeable. That doesn't look any bigger, so I think it probably doesn't apply to the aura, but I'm not 100% sure on that, so take that with a grain of salt. There's a lot of stuff going on screen already. So many Banshee yells and plague clouds everywhere. I think we got both the elites there. and every level will get a lot easier now that we get permanent stats off of them. Oh, that's a good red circle. You gotta learn to differentiate between the good red circles and the bad red circles in this game. Like, there's a good red circle around me giving summon power, opening the chest, but then all the other red circles are just bad. Another red parasite. I think we pass on that for now. Good blue shield. How does that compare to the buckler? So the base stats are 10, 15, and 6 versus 15, 25, and 10. So that blocks a lot more, but it's a lot longer cooldown. Since we can scale up armor now... Wait, I got 5... Oh, I probably had some negative armor there. But the 2 elites would have given me 10. So I think as we're scaling up armor, I think we actually want the lower cooldowns. So I think we'll get more of those ones if we can. Armor vitality. It's not bad. I don't think we really need those. Another one. Ooh, summon power quantity. Yup. Attack speed, magic power. That's probably better than these, right? They're 3 and 3. Those are 2 and 8. And those have less of a downside. Blue Banshee. We could maybe fit that in by selling one of those if I don't find another to upgrade them. Another of those. Those are decent. I don't think we really need any right now. Maybe later on. So we can sell that and then slide that over there. Standing next to them, you gain 15% move speed, they gain 30% attack speed nearby. And area of effect for every 5 summoned units. Okay, that sounds cool on the Red Banshee. Although, I guess they get so much from magic power. You'd probably put that on something else, but it sounds cool for now. Then we can swap those out. To have a really fast attacking, huge AoE Banshee there. Let's deal with the summoned units that we automatically spawn first, the elite units I mean, before we summon more of them, so that we get a bit of extra stats. We can also try to find some invincible things. Okay, there's one up there, so we can go ahead and summon them, and then immediately grab that, so we have a bunch of time to kill them for free. Yeah, they sometimes drop gems as well, so that's pretty nice. Although it might only be the ones from the summoning circle. That's actually the only place I've noticed elites dropping them before. I'm going to guess it seems like the range doesn't work on the aura, so we don't need that. But that's good for the +1 elites. Another purple Banshee. We can't do a ton with that currently. Is there an easy way to fit it in if I don't get enough to upgrade stuff? We could probably move that stuff a bit. And get another of those. Lots of attack speed, pretty good magic power. So damage and range, lose attack speed, that's not great for this build. Blue Banshee, we can upgrade that. I guess that's actually not terrible if we get more of the ghouls. I don't have a ton of lifesteal myself, but it's still some vitality and damage, and it makes the ghouls heal me more. It ends up being bad, we could just sell it, but I'm down to try that, I think. I guess I should check gems first as well, in case we need to combine any of those. Gold per 10 kills. Guess we'll try that on the second red Banshee. Another lifesteal bonus, so we can toss that onto any of the summons to get value out of that as well. Although I don't know if it actually gives them a lifesteal stat to benefit from. Oh, it does, okay. So with the gem plus our lifesteal there, they actually have 20%. Interesting. Range, I don't know if that really helps much. Ghoul is probably fine. Blue Banshee, we can't really fit that in. We could lock it and try to find another one on the next. Actually, I don't have anything to go that. Those are both purple. We can probably fit it in with the level ups anyways. So we will lose HP over time and need the ghouls to heal me through that. But we also have shields to block some damage. And then barrels can give healing and stuff every once in a while as well. Yeah, the summons blocking projectiles are super nice against those beholder guys. Oh, there's two elites hiding over here. That guy go into the wall over there? Sneaky. That one is crit chance for vitality. Honestly, I think we're fine on damage for now. Might change my mind later on if it's necessary. Those ones are nice since they also spawn in an elite. And then now that we're using the heart, those are actually pretty good. That's an extra 7% damage and vitality for each of those. Does set you to 1 HP at the start of a floor, but we have a bunch of shields and okay-ish lifesteal now. So range isn't great. The attack speed is okay, but I think that's going to be kind of hard to use here. Probably pass on that. Get a free revive. We're already set to 1%, so no downside to that. Then we can get the other type of revive as well. I do need to find a way to fit those in if I want to keep them both. Another move speed, attack speed thing. Getting real hard to see anything, just like a good summoner build should be. I guess we can get rid of the skeletons at any point, I feel like now as well. Another purple ghoul, we can combine those. Summon quantity 12. +1 for every 10 magic power. Didn't they have 100% lifesteal earlier? Why do they have 32%? Huh. Maybe I'm misremembering that. The +2 elites is actually fantastic for scaling up that thing as well. Ooh. So, I've never gotten something that took more slots than were available there, so we'll do that with 4 just in case. Okay, it disappeared anyways. Hourglass, not really. Blue Banshee, we can probably work that in. Gonna be a lot of elites here. That's decent. If we could open that slot up, I could actually have it touching 2 of them. Magic power. Ooh, we can get another red Banshee. Shackles, I probably want those. I think I might just get the skeletons out of there to free up some room here as well. Are there any summons I really want to touch that? Purple Banshee's fine. So these have a quantity of 6.8, close to that, with a huge magic power bonus to that. Shackles shouldn't be too hard to fit in. Another one. Can use the potion there. Can I get both of those? Yeah. 30% reduced damage. Bonus summon vitality per kill. Don't seem very good. 10% to reset duration on kill. Is there anything that's like a very long cooldown? Those are kind of long cooldown, but also very high duration. How do the ghouls look? 3-second cooldown is very short, but 13 quantity. So I guess we could get some value out of that on there. Those probably don't do a ton. Range and burn, those didn't seem super impressive to me. Very hard to see anything with this build, and it was all worth it. There's an elite running over there. We need to kind of corner that guy. Okay, I think we got everything now. Oh, there's more of the runners over here. Okay, now I think we got everything. I guess reducing lifesteal is pretty bad with the extra bonuses on that now. But those are pretty good. Red Ghoul, we can probably use that. Another Red Ghoul? Sure. Summon quantity 13, not even touching the banner. Those are at almost 7. Magic power and recovery. We do lose lifesteal though. Don't think so for only 3 magic power. Dodge chance attack speed. That's not bad. Blue Banshee. We would need one more of those. Oh wait, I have... Another Blue Banshee. A lot of attack speed, dodge chance when not moving. I might want that at some point, but I think we'll want to get the dodge chance up before going for that. So probably more voodoo dolls for that. Ooh, vitality per floor. Does suck losing the lifesteal, but yep. Another burn thing. And regen, that's kind of junk. got the greenest build in the game, God of Weapons Edition. 2 different green summons with a ton of quantity. It's hard to tell whether that's enemy green or my green. I think that was enemy green there. Purple Banshee. We can probably fit that somewhere. And I'm actually not trying to maximize the knockback thing on those for each adjacent undead enemy, since I feel like that might actually make it kind of hard to hit enemies at some points. And I figure with so many we're probably getting pretty crazy value out of that anyways. More elites and slots for now. We can upgrade a Banshee. Another doll. Yeah, we could grab that. Can I have it touching any of the parasites for extra magic power? Another red ghoul. We have 3. I think that's probably fine for a utility weapon here. Bunch of stats lose range XP. Seems fine. Do I scale any of those stats more? I don't think so. I don't think we have any bonus to vitality or luck or recovery or anything right now. I think it's just the magic power stuff. Big resource XP, I don't think we really need that. We can get an extra 6 dodge off of that. It's not terrible, but nah. Another doll. Blue Banshee. We'd need 1 more to get that. That's probably doable in the next shop. Probably just not gonna bother min-maxing that for now. There's gonna be so much green stuff on the ground on this level with enemy green stuff as well. We're at 1,047 kills in the aura. Red parasite, nah. You can do some more revive things though. Another blue banshee, we can do that. I guess we could use that. Isn't that kind of cheesy for the challenge though? Whatever. Probably could fit one of those in with that area filling in. Well, can't quite do it like that. And I'd prefer to have that thing open so that we can have the magic power stuff near it. Can't go that way. Well, I hope I'm strong enough now. I really can't see anything at all with all the banshees going. Purple banshee, we can probably combine those. We'll have one left over. I guess it would be good if I could move the parasites a bit away from that so we could fit another two banshees onto that. Might be kind of hard to do though, since they're so big. Recovery lifesteal, and we don't even lose vitality thanks to the vampire heart. Purple fragment. Probably just wait to get a red one of those if I still want that. Purple banshee. I don't think we need any more of those. Huge attack speeds. Don't really use either of those powers. Nah, purple banshee. Oh yeah, we can probably get rid of that thing if I want the space over there. Red banshee. There was something I saw with that. I guess we can do like that and it's pretty simple. Blue Banshee, probably not. We could combine the reds. I mean purples. I guess we can grab that. Pretty good dodge now, not really that big of an issue. Oh, it looks like the elites are running up into the corner to hide from me now. But it's not enough. $1466 kills, bringing us up to 88 summon power. Damage isn't that great of a stat now that we're stacking it up from the elite kills. Hourglass, -1, probably not. Blue Banshee. I do have a bunch of rerolls here, might be able to use that. We can use that on a purple, which I just got rid of. So we can save that in the inventory for a bit until I need it. Big attack speeds. I kind of don't like losing the lifesteal with that thing. I guess it's fine. Blue Banshee. We can probably fit that in. Another attack speed. I'll probably pass on those for now. Those ones are pretty good, especially if you can buff them. Kind of hard to fit that in right now. We could toss something over there. Probably don't really need floor duration anymore, although we also don't need to sell those yet. %50 damage, attack speed and a cooldown. I don't think that's good. The unsocketed effect would be interesting if there were more sources of summon quantity, but as far as I'm aware, there's only the key. One more legendary that I actually haven't found yet, the Book of Friends. And maybe that if it works, probably not. So that honestly sounds pretty hard to use. Another one, Explode into Death, we could put that on one of the parasites. Another burning thing. bit there. And then, of course, we have to continue on through the endless stairs. Blue Banshee, we can do that. Blue Banshee, I guess so. Another of those. Oh, I don't have enough money right now. +1 tier. That would have been really good early on. I don't think that really does much at this point. We're mostly just using super high tier stuff anyways. Technically, I could have a couple low tier Banshees, but I don't think it's really even worth bothering with the number of high tier stuff we have already. And it maxes out at tier 4 anyway, so you can't like cheese and get tier 5 stuff. We can use that once I get another purple. Blue. Another doll. Another blue, we can do that now. Oh, I... Plague on hit. We could put that on one of my numerous Banshees. Banshee. Actually, kind of hard to fit that in. Oh, the Book of Friends. We need to get a really good position on that because it gives 10% global quantity for every summon thing touching it. I think the ghouls will be the easiest to have close to that. Is there an easy way for me to slot that in somewhere? I think what I'm going to do is call this video for now and then try to rearrange stuff off screen so I have a lot of time to do that. But the really cool thing about this game is that you can actually go to the main menu and it will actually save your current run, and then you can just go to continue right where you were. So super nice quality of life feature, love having that available. But that's going to be it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.